this red couch trying to figure out why no one pinched me or even alerted me to the fact that summer 2016 is fast coming to a close. I mean, I can remember it just as if it were yesterday, maybe because it were just as if it were yesterday, that my coworkers and I were standing outside of our school on the curb waving goodbye to our students as we sent them home for the summer. And now here it is with only 1, 2, 3 days left. I'm about to give up the last of my free time to be able to go back and grace the hallways of my beloved school. Time sure did fly. But I guess, as the saying goes, time does fly when you're having fun. And I will be the first to say that this has been the best summer that I have ever spent in the state of Georgia since moving here. And so just a little shout out to my girlfriends, Cheryl, Valerie, Melissa, Heather, Andre. If there's anyone I've missed, charge it to my head and not my heart. I thank you for the gift of time that you ladies have given me this summer with the helicopter rides and the fine dining at seafood restaurants and salsa dancing and music in the park. It was wonderful and I had a great time. And I'm sure that many of you who are watching this video now, one, is either reminiscing and having good thoughts about the wonderful time that you had summer 2016, or some of you, kind of like me, are kind of trying to, kicking and screaming your way back to the start of the new school year. But whatever it is you're doing, I just want to, if you will allow me, take a few minutes to share with you a few words of encouragement as we get ready to start academic school year 2016-2017. Now, the word tells us that many are called, but few are chosen. And I want to say to you that you have been chosen for this job simply because you care. That's right, you care. C.A.R.E. C.A.R.E. You care. This is why you are in the field of education. And this is not to minimize your calling. This is not to insult you in any way. But if you will allow me to share with you what I have gained throughout the year, or the definition rather, that I have come up with throughout the years of my extensive career in education, to explain to you what the word care really means. Now, let me say this before I begin. This video is not only for teachers, those of us who are in the classroom. This video is also for my administrators. This video is also for the people who work in the county office. This video is for those of us who sit on the board of education. This video is for my school police officers, for my cafeteria workers, for my custodians. If you are in any capacity throughout your day making sure that our students are taught and learned and nurtured and fed and clothed and bus drivers and taken to and from school safely and secured, then this video is for you. You have been chosen also because you care. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. The letter C stands for the word committed. You are an educator because you are committed to the task at hand. I will be the first to tell you, and I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, the field of education is not an easy one. As a matter of fact, teaching in and of itself is a very daunting task. You have to be committed to teaching in order to be effective, because really and truly, if you're not, then you're not fooling yourself, you're not fooling your students, you're not fooling your educators. They will be able to sniff you out from a mile away. And so the fact that you are, in whatever capacity you are in the field of education, it is because you are committed to this job. It is because you are committed to the task at hand, it is because you are committed to your career and in making sure that any of the students, your charges who are put across your door, are safe and secure in your hand. So repeat after me. I am committed. Good. Secondly, the A in CARE stands for available. You have been chosen for this profession because you are available. Whether it is you're available to your students or their parents, whether it is you're available to your administrators or your coworkers, whether it is you are home, even while you are home watching TV and your mind is reeling with 1,000,001 things that you still have left to do after working until 8 p.m. 2 nights in the week, you are available to your career, to your parents, to your students, because even in your personal time, you're thinking and you're wondering and you're worrying, do I have everything I need? Is my next lesson plan good enough? Did my students understand what I taught them today? If they did not, how do I go back and reassess? How do I go back and remediate? Repeat after me. I am available. Thirdly, you have been chosen because you are responsible. A brief story. I had my 1.5-year-old nephew with me a few months ago because my brother and his wife went away on a much needed mini vacation, and so I kept him. And while I had him for those 4 days, it was a wonderful time. I loved him. I enjoyed having him. We had fun, we played games, I read to him, we sang together, he interacted with my children. But I'll tell you what, no sooner than his parents came back, I was happy to do this. Not because I was tired of taking care of him, but because I needed to take my brain down a notch. Because any of you, if you have children, you know that once you're in the care of children, or children are in your care rather, you have to be on. You have to be on at 100%, and there is no, how can we say, dropping the ball. There is no guesstimating in what you're doing. You have to be certain in the things that you're doing. And so as a responsible educator, you're responsible for the safety and security for your students. You're responsible for the information, the curriculum that they're supposed to be learning. You're responsible for their little spirits. You're responsible for their nurturing. You're responsible for their emotions. You're responsible for so many things above and beyond what you're paid to do. But still, you have not been deterred. And so repeat after me. I am responsible. And lastly, the E. You have been chosen because you are exemplary. Now, when I say exemplary, I'm not talking about your yearly evaluations. I'm not talking about the objectives that they look for or that they need to measure in order to give us that exemplary. I understand that, they need measurable formats, but at the same time, you are gifted, you are talented, you can be exemplary in so many other ways, whether it is in your communication with your parents, whether it is with your nurturing of your students, whether it is in building community in your classroom, whatever your talent, whatever your strength, whatever it is that you have to offer to those charges, you do it in a spirit of excellence. And even though it may be lost on your administrators, it is not lost on your students. Even though it may be lost on your students, it may not be lost on your parents. But know this, in everything that you do, you are exemplary. So repeat after me. I am exemplary. And when we put those 4 letters or those 4 words together, committed, available, responsible, and exemplary, the first letters of each of those words spell care. You have been chosen because you care. And so I want you to take that word and put it in your pocket. As you get ready to start academic school year 2016-2017, I want you to meditate on that. I am committed. I am available. I am responsible. I am exemplary. Think about those 4 words. As a matter of fact, keep a journal and even journal what those 4 words mean to you and how you have even seen yourself operating in those 4 ways. When times get hard, when the school year comes to maybe about the middle or the end, when you feel yourself hitting that wall, remember, I have been chosen because I care. And I promise you, with that little bit of encouragement, with that little bit of edification, you will be able to go one more day. And that one more day will turn into another day. And that other day will turn into another day. And before you know it, your 190 or your 180 days will have been completed in a spirit of excellence. And you, like me, will be looking forward to summer of 2017. From my heart to yours, I want to wish you all a very happy, prosperous, and enjoyable new year, academic school year 2016-2017. Thank you for watching Red Couch Chronicles. I'm Danielle, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you again soon.